Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. We now got stages 43 to 46 of the Fanhome release and built the Fast and Furious Dodge Charger. Do you know how good it feels to be able to do a part work model? The Patreons know, because if you saw the Patreon stream last night, what a car crash. I don't think I've ever had so many things go wrong as what happened in last night's Patreon stream. So it's good to just get back to a little bit of normality and continue with these part works. Now we do get a free gift in this one. Check this out. We have got a power bank for the phone, which is something that I was thinking about buying personally anyway. I've got a new phone. I'm off to London on Saturday. This is going to be absolutely invaluable. Comes with the charging lead as well, so I can charge up my phone for that. Obviously, some of the other free gifts we've had is we've had the Fast and the Furious hat there as well. But looks like we're going to be doing a lot of the fuel cells and something to do with the batteries today. I think there's a speaker going in it as well. If you want to get this for yourself, I'll put the link in the video description to the Fanhome website. You can get this all the way from pack 1. Over at Fanhome as well, you've got the Star Wars Encyclopedia collection, the R2-D2, the Iron Man, and the Knight Rider car kit. So plenty to look at over there. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. So it's stage 43, as you can see, we're going to be assembling the battery holder. Not much to do. This is all the parts that we've got in this stage. And as you can see here, just two items. We're going to be putting a screw through the case here and a spring on the other side. And then we're just going to be putting a washer over the top of that. Not much at all, really, is there? So here we go. This is stage 43 here. Just a couple of parts. Almost binned the washer then. That's not good. So all we're going to do is we're going to be taking the screw out the bag here. Got my screwdriver. And for the first stage, I'm just going to put the screw just through this end like that. Doesn't need screwing. As a matter of fact, it's very loose in there. Then we're going to be putting the little spring over the top of it. Now I'm having to hold this in from my hand because that's going to want to fall out as soon as I let go. And then on top of that, we're going to put this little washer, and it's clear, but trust me, there is a washer there, as you can see, and that's just going to go over the top of all of that there. And that little washer is going to go some way to keeping everything in place there. I'm just going to screw this down to put that washer on all the way. So as you can see, the washer is now holding that spring in place. It's not going to fall out. But that is all there is to do in that stage. That brings us swiftly on to stage 44. And as you can see, we've got a battery box in here with a contact cable coming out and a switch. And all we're going to be doing is we're going to be mounting this battery box and switch just to the fuel tank here. I think it's very clever when they put the batteries in the fuel tank. And then that's going to be one complete unit by the end there. So there you go. That's everything we've got in here. So the first thing I'm going to need to take the battery case out. And I think what I am going to do is I am going to untangle all of these wires, being very careful I'm not pulling on anything, so that the contacts don't come away. Just like that. That's what that's looking like. Now we have got a little tab in a bag here, so I'll get that out. I've also got a nut. Now the nut is just going to go into this front bit here, making sure that's flat. And the tab is just going to go on top of it. That's going to keep everything together, so that's not going to fall out. Now that's going to be held in with two of the GP screws. These are really tiny screws. So that's the first one in. Once again, my PHO screwdriver, and even though it's a lot bigger than a BHO, is handling these screws no problems at all. And there's the second one. We're then going to be bringing over the bottom of the fuel tank here. And we're going to be mounting this into place. So just keeping all the wires out the way for a second. This is just going to go on like that. It's going to be held in with 4 screws, and they are FP screws. So I'll get these in. Yeah, my Patreon stream last night, I'm having nightmares about it. First we didn't have the right tools, then everything was going wrong, and then the instructions didn't make sense, and then by the end of the stream, everything I'd done I realised I'd done wrong. So yeah, it couldn't have got any worse than what it was. So that's going to stay safely on the Patreon channel. That's not going to see the light of day. Okay, we've got then the switch to put in. Now the switch is just going to go through the hole at the bottom. We can see on the side there, it's going to go this way round, so that the two wires here are towards this side of the fuel tank. So they're going to go in just like that. They're going to be held in with two EP screws. So I'll put one in really loose at the moment, just so I can get the second one in here. Turning it around to line up. There's the second one, and we'll make that nice and tight. So I'll just check. There's the switch on the bottom, on, off. So that works perfect. And that's all there is to do in that stage. Now in stage 45, I am going to need to bring up the rolling chassis. We've got the other end of the fuel tank here, and we've got a speaker to mount in. So what we're going to do is we're going to piece both of these together, as you can see there. Then we're actually going to be putting this onto the floor pan of the vehicle, including putting the speaker in, as you can see just down there. Once that's done, we're going to put a cover over the speaker to keep that into place. So this is everything we've got in that. Let's just move that to one side. This is where we're up to with the electrics at the moment. What I want to do is I want to thread this cable here through the hole that we can see just at the top. Just like that. It doesn't really matter what the wires are doing inside there. As long as they're not pinched, it should be absolutely fine, because this is going to go together just like that. It's all going to be held in with 6 AP screws. They certainly don't want this coming apart, do they? So that's 1, 2. You know, this time next week we'll be doing a Christmas quiz, 2-hour Christmas quiz on the Thursday night live stream. Can you believe next Saturday it's Christmas Day? That's come around so quick. A lot been going on this year. Okay, so that's 4, I believe. And in typical World of Wayne fashion, I've completely forgot what ones I've put a screw in. I don't think I've put one in here yet. This is like whack-a-mole, trying to find where I haven't put a screw. Perhaps this one at the top. Is that the last one there? No, I've put one in there. Where haven't I put one? Down the bottom here. There you go. So that is fully secured in place. We now need to put this in the car. So basically, having this way up with the lead coming out, we're just going to be putting this underneath here, making sure the lead's up, and this is going to be connected just like this to the underside of the vehicle. Now we're going to be holding that in with some CP screws. So I have already got one of them loaded up here. Let's get one in here. That will keep that gently in place, and I will tighten these up afterwards. Just put it in enough so that I can keep this in position like that, and then I'll put the rest of these in. And there we go, that's in nice and secure. We've got the power in. Now if I just move this back just a touch, you can see a grid there for where we're going to put the speaker. Now this is what the speaker looks like. We want it face down, and it's just going to go just there, and over the top of it we're going to be putting a brace to stop that moving around. Just move that back so you can see that. That's just going to go over the top like that, and that's held in just with 2 CM screws. That's the first one. I'll just hold it from the underside just while I get the second one in. Excellent. And that speaker is going nowhere, and that's all there is to do in that stage. Which means in the last stage we're doing today, stage 46, we've got the electric control unit. So we've got a PCB board. Looks like we've got some lights there as well. We're actually just going to be mounting the board onto the car, just like that. And then we're going to be putting the battery case over the top with some batteries in it. I might have to get some batteries together. And then we do get to check one of the sound effects by the look of it. So we'll have to see how that sounds. Bring the car back over. It is good that we're going to actually be able to do something. And I think I'm going to work on top of the vehicle here. So we've got the PCB board, which looks like that. We've got this wiring loom, which looks to have lights on it. Now, these are labelled, these plugs, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's actually going to go into H, which is just down here. So make sure I put this in the right way. And then that one's in. And then make sure that's all the way in like that. We've got a white button switch here, which I'm just going to untangle. That one's going to go right next to it in 1G. So that one is all the way in as well. And then the last one, working our way basically round this side on F, we've got the other sort of switch, which is sort of like, God, my colour blindness, it looks like green and black to me. So I'm going with green and black. So they're all in place just like that. Now we're going to mount this to the floor pan here. So it's just going to go onto this section here like that, with the green and black cable pointing towards the middle. I have just moved the camera slightly there. That's going to be held in with DM screws. I'm holding it from the bottom, but one in there, and I'll do the other three. Now we're going to be taking this speaker cable here, and that's going to go into 1E, which is the next one along as we're going around this here. So I'll put this one in. And there you go. So all the electrics we've got at the moment are almost in. The last one we've got to put in is the power wire. That's just going to go into 1D, into this one here. That's going to provide power to the board. Which means now I just need to turn it over and put 3 AAA batteries just into the battery box here. So of course I was frantically checking that I've got 3 AAA batteries. So we'll put them in, 1, 2 and 3. We can close this off now and screw this down like that. Turn it over, turn the power switch on, which is just underneath here, and then when I press this green sort of like button here on the green and black cable, we should hear the noise of the horn. Well, that sounds like the engine. Press it again. Ah, there we go. So one press is the horn, the other press is the engine. That's got a rumble to it, hasn't it? But that is all there is to do in that stage. Just making sure I turn that off there because I don't want to drain the batteries. But that was excellent. I do love a stage where we get to test the electrics. So we know 2 things are working: the horn and the engine noise. If you want to get this for yourself, put the link down here to the Fanhome website. You can get this all the way from pack 1. Looking pretty cool at the moment, I have to say. I'm enjoying this build. But I really do hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.